Hello, Rachel and Ryan here. I recently asked Rachel to marry me. She said yes.
I did.
And then we started looking for a pre-marriage wedding weekend. We found one.
It's called
Catholic Engaged Encounter. And don't be concerned that it's Catholic. We are not Catholic, yet we thoroughly enjoyed the weekend.
Yep. So I think their tagline that they actually say is a wedding is a day, a marriage is a lifetime. And I think that resonates for me because I know we are spending, months and tons of money, thousands of dollars.
A lot of millions of dollars.
Not millions of dollars. Just kidding. We're excited. But we spent all this money on our wedding and really it's one day and not as many people take as much time prepping for the lifetime together. So we found Engaged Encounter and it's awesome. There's two couples that lead it. One was married 13 years. One was married 25 years. There's a pastor. They give you real-time examples. There are 34 couples in one retreat.
There was for us. I'm sure it fluctuates.
Sure. And there was you each sleep in like different rooms or different buildings actually.
They keep us separated.
They do, which was funny because like one night he was walking in my room and somebody said like one of the facilitators
leaders
was like, "We know you're an adult, so you'll make the right decisions." And I was like,
we always make right decisions.
Okay, so what were some of your favorite topics?
Let's go over the format real quick.
Oh, format was cool.
The basic format of the whole thing, which made it really cool, is the leaders shared a topic and something from their past relating to that topic, and they often shared stories that were vulnerable and raw, and sometimes there were tears, which really set the tone for us. And then the guys go one place, girls go another, and we write about the topic. There's some guidance questions to help.
So like, here's your guidance questions, right? So this one was communication, and then on the back, or the next side, you actually write.
And you write for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, depending on the bigness of the topic. And then you get together, and I read what she wrote, and she read what I wrote, and we read them both twice.
So it's once for the head,
your brain, and
one for your heart. And what's cool about it though is it's like, I think when you're forced to write for 20 minutes, that might be uncomfortable for some. And it was actually for us, I think.
Initially.
Yeah.
It's like, can't we just talk about it? Why do we have to write? But the act of writing for that long really forces you to go deep and
like
peel back
the onion
layers of the onion. Same example.
So that was neat. And we talked about like conflict resolution, forgiveness, financial, so budget. One of your favorites, well, our favorites was talk about the family, the dynamics with the family.
Oh,
our
sure.
Family.
When we were growing up, our family has certain values that are instilled in us. And so the question is, who are you? What do you believe in? What are your values from your past? What do you love of those? What maybe do you want to change? And then decide which values you're going to bring into your new family.
Yeah.
Very powerful. And if you don't have that conversation, then it just ends up being whatever it was, and you bring in the bad values in addition to the good ones.
Right. And I mean, we were both raised really well, and yet there were some things that were like, maybe we would do this a little bit differently.
Just a little
and
different.
And that's okay, right? Because
it's a big effect.
Right. And it's the evolution of, you getting to really figure out what your family looks like. What are your values? What matters? What conversations do you want to have around the dinner table? What things need more importance than less? One of my favorite things, actually, we've talked about it a lot since we left, was there are 4 phases to a relationship.
This is a big topic.
So first,
it starts in romance.
Yep. So you have romance.
That's the fun part. And then stuff happens. Resentment, pain, life gets in the way.
They call it disillusionment. So you're in romance and then something happens and you move into disillusionment. So it's like
hey, wait, why don't I feel the same thing?
Energy's off. You're like funky. Yeah.
And then the key ingredient to this cycle is making the decision to love once you realize you're in disillusionment.
Yeah.
Which leads you to unity and back to romance, and the cycle repeats itself.
Right. So it's romance.
Go ahead.
Okay. Romance, disillusionment, decision to love, and then unity. So it's kind of, and you don't just go through this once. You're going to go through this a lot of times in your relationship, but the bottom line is you make the decision to love.
Yeah.
You choose to love.
That's how you keep the
How
cycle
could you not
going.
love this
You don't want to
sweet
get stuck
face?
there. Decision to
face.
love. What else? We wrote a prayer.
Oh yeah, that was so cool.
That was really neat.
So we wrote a prayer, which in the beginning, this guy was like,
I was like,
I don't know.
what?
I
We
don't
don't
do it.
have to And then we started doing it, and it was really neat. And now we're gonna have it read at our wedding.
Yeah, so his dad is actually our
officiant.
officiant, and we actually proposed to him. We got on our knees and proposed to him to ask
Dad,
him
will
to
you
marry
marry
us.
us?
But it's neat because it says like, it's Dear God, and we write our prayer, and then we signed it
XOXO Rachel and Ryan.
which is really fun. So it's just neat. Like you get to know the couples, and you actually eat with a different couple every meal. So
after the weekend, we got to know all the couples.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And you can pick your favorites, and that's okay. And then, who do you bring into real life outside?
Yeah.
But it was a really neat weekend, and I think for us, like we don't want to go into this just winging it. Like, if you guys know me, you know that I'm like, let's just shoot from the hip and see
She's
what
a winger.
happens.
She wings it.
I'm a winger. And luckily, I am marrying an engineer who likes to think things through, and he's very thorough.
Sometimes too much, but we counterbalance each other
So
well.
I'm like twirling in the corner, and he's like, let's analyze. But our dynamic's awesome. And this, we were excited to get married before Engaged Encounter, and then going to this, like, I think you had said, like, you just wanted to know you were making the right choice, or how did you word it?
There's no downside to doing
Yeah.
an engaged encounter, a pre-marriage weekend.
Yeah.
A worst case is actually the best case, where you find out you're not ready for marriage.
Yeah.
Wow, is that an awesome realization? Like, it may suck initially, but
Yeah.
wow, awesome. And then the other best case is that it reinforces the decision that you guys are ready and it's time to get married. So there's really no downside.
No. So we are super excited. Our wedding is coming up, and we're going to get to tie the knot, and we're going to get hitched, and we're going to be so married. And we're really excited about it.
Oh, can I share the last takeaway?
Oh, yeah, please.
We decided to do something like this
yeah.
every year. Spend a weekend devoted to analyzing our relationship.
Yeah.
And learning tricks and tools that we learned in this retreat.
Yeah.
So it's that important. We're going to do it at least once a year.
Well, I think we've both been in different relationships where, you want to grow together, but when you don't have the right conversations and you're not doing things together, you start to grow apart. And for us, we want our relationship as priority. A lot of people.
I like the visual.
I feel like I was an alligator.
Yeah, I
eating
almost
your
got my head chopped off.
We want to grow together, and we're just stupid in love, and we're so happy, and we want to stay this way. And we know that life's going to present us challenges, but the more prepared we can be, and the big conversations we're willing to have now, it only sets us up for
We
the
had some
future.
tough ones, but it's much
We did.
easier to have them
cried.
before the major events in life have happened. And we compromised, and now we're stronger and better and ready for it.
Yeah, so we're excited. We just, we wanted to share with you guys because a lot of you asked why we were doing pre-marriage retreat, and then you wanted to know what we thought of it. So we wanted to make sure that we shared with all of you what a good experience it was for us. And if you have any questions, let us know below. We'll be happy to answer them. But ours was called Catholic Engaged Encounter. They have them all over the U.S. You also can find them through your church. There's lots of options out there. But we just, instead of just seeing how things go, why not do the groundwork ahead of time? So we're pretty stoked about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Adios.
Hello, Ryan and Rachel here. Hello. Why do you have crazy face? Hello, Ryan and Rachel here.
Hi.
And we are engaged. Good one. And then we sought out and